And thank you, Ryan.
All right. Chantel, is there anybody you want to see get stressed out for a cup of coffee? Anybody from the feedback really just rubbed you the wrong way and you want to see them get a cup of coffee?
I would like to see Jonathan go for his wild asks.
All right. Jonathan, Ryan, since you got to
I'm
be
not
the
in a good mood.
counterpart, is there anybody you want to throw in there as a non-negotiator counterpart, or you want to go back in?
Let's see here.
No, Ryan's gonna pick it.
Oh,
Ryan,
Ryan's gonna be the.
Yeah, Ryan, can you pick someone, or do you want to go again as a non-negotiator?
I'm easy. Yeah, I can go in as non-negotiator.
Okay. All right, Jonathan. You ready to approach the? Do you want us to talk about, well, same black swans, so it's even super duper easy. All right, Jonathan, whenever you're ready.
So we're at Starbucks or something?
It's wherever your heart desires.
Okay. So let me find. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, morning. What can I get for you?
Oh, thank you for asking. Is this a bad time to talk?
It's a little bit busy, but no, it's not. Yeah, it's not the worst time.
If it sounds like it's busy, it's okay. I can come back later.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, next.
All right, cool.
5 minutes gone by.
Okay, 5 minutes gone by. You come back. Hi, how are you? You okay?
Hey, man, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yeah, I had a bit of a rush there, but yeah, it seems to have quietened down a little bit.
Oh, nice. Oh, Ryan, you're probably going to think that I'm weird, and you're probably not going to want to help me.
So you're weird.
You're probably going to be, tough on me and just straight up say no to my situation.
So your situation, what's the matter?
First of all, how do you feel about helping people?
About helping people? I mean, yeah, it's good to give. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's good to give.
Yeah, we've got a charity box here. If you're feeling generous.
Oh, nice. What do you like about people?
What do I like about helping people? I mean, well, you gotta do good in your life, haven't you? You gotta, help someone who's in need, and yeah. Sorry. Did you want to order, or?
I'm sorry, I'm just not in the mood today for report.
Pretend he's an Uber driver.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it. Thank you, Ryan, but I'm just not, like, you're talking, I'm not even caring about it because I'm not in the mood for report right now.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
There's no deal is better than a bad deal.
Yeah, like we're gonna be talking for like 5 minutes and 10 minutes, and you're gonna say no because I'm not in the listening mode right now.
Is that you, Ryan? Did you feel that? Were you after him? Or are you gonna make it stay hard?
Yeah, I don't know, the question about helping people.
Yeah, it was whatever.
I felt a little bit guided towards a yes, and I was like, oh God, there's an ask kind of hidden in there, and I was like a little bit. I was immediately like a little bit kind of defensive, I guess. Yeah, like
for the end, if I was having report in the end, in order to have a big ask, I would say something along the lines of, would it be too much to ask for a frappuccino or a latte or whatever? what's the best that you could give me here in order to go along my days. That would be my ask in the end. But right now,
here's another great point that we should eliminate on is, if you don't get the report, it's going to be such a like pulling teeth to get anything.
yeah,
And that's a big learning moment. And it's like, hey, you know what? I don't feel like I don't even think I want the report. Like, hey, yeah, you're better off just nipping it in the bud and carry on. Because when you spend the time with one person that's hard, annoying, lame, and frustrating, it's keeping you from 3 other people that are easy, lucrative, and fun. So yeah, that's fine. He went out with his prong and he's just like, nah, not feeling it. It happened. I think I did that before. No, probably not. I just play around, have fun. Yeah, you should
yeah,
have just hung on there and play around, Jonathan.
yeah. But for Chantel's point that about the B ask, if I had the report that you had, in the end, I would have asked, would you be against, or would it be impossible to get a frappuccino, something that I really want?
Yeah, Chantel, you're really good at building rapport. Ryan is tough to build rapport with.
Mm-hmm. And then something along the lines of that. And then if he says no, then no. What can I get? Like, leave it up to him to find out what's the menu, what are your options, and then you choose. That's what I've done. If I had,
I want to say, just out of curiosity, there's a person here who wants some one-on-one. They're really looking to improve. I'm going to throw him right under the bus. Eli, would you put your video on? Come on,
I would
get some
like to
coffee.
listen this time. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eli, what I like about him is he'll go even if there's no report. He'll just empathize with you till you're forced to like him. That's a gift. Is anybody up for a cup of
Jonathan,
coffee?
can I make
Okay.
a suggestion before we go on to another one? So when you kind of feel like you're not getting anywhere, right? You felt like the moment is lost. So you're like, oh shit, how do I run away from here? Not to be even more awkward. This is when
no,
you
it's not
actually
about run away. It's not about running away.
it's not that. It's just how it's being perceived, right? It's not a judgment sentence. I'm not judging you here. It's just how it's being perceived. And if you can use that to craft an accusation of it or a label, that will actually serve you really well. This is how you get out of this hole, by saying, you know what, this is the most awkward,
Oh yeah, we
awkward
talked
day
about that
I've
in
had.
Notified Chat. Yeah, hit him with turn into an AA.
You
Jonathan,
know, you could say just like, let me finish. You could have said,
the thing is that I don't want to participate. Right now, I don't feel like participating. Like, even if I said it, you're right. In real life, accusation, things like that. But right now, I just not in the mood to not even say accusation. I'm just don't want to
jet
participate.
lagged.
Mm-hmm.
No, you just got from a big flight. Happens. Being in a negotiating mindset requires a lot of brain power. Yeah, when you're jet lagged and
Boy, yeah, that's tough,
partying.
isn't it? When you're not physically, if you're physically 30 or 40% and you're trying to do that stuff, I think that is a real challenge, because it's basically you're really on your basically you fall back to the level of your training at that point, and
not only that, this is
again,
a real negotiation. There'd be a van full of negotiators, and they would say, "We know Jonathan is good. We know he can swing with these tools. But if he's like, yeah, I'm not feeling it today. I'm jet
dude,
lag.
it's not on it,
Hey, we're gonna have someone else be the speaker
right?
for the negotiation." Yeah, I mean that's why it all goes back to your state of mind. These
Yeah,
negotiations.
you like, for example, when Ryan was talking, I was hearing him, but I wasn't really listening. So my questions, like the what do you want to, like, it was just coming out of my, I was just random questions that I didn't even care about the answer. So
I'll throw this out there. I can't do a mock when I'm stoned or drinking. I think I have a better chance when I'm drinking a little bit. I get that liquid courage. But yeah, no, you have to be there, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, etch out the time. Hey, I'm going to negotiate from That's why if you really want to get a good deal, call somebody when it's past 6 p.m. All their decision-making juice is gone. You are more likely, call them on a Friday, you're more likely to get a deal done. It's a Japanese method. They'll stall you till the very end. Who do you want to see get into the mock, Jonathan? Who do you want pitch hitting for you?
You know what? I haven't seen the Marca go.
Nah. I'm more than
Market, can you pick a victim here though?
a victim.
Get a cup of coffee from. They look easy peasy.
Yeah,
Sesame
sure. Let me
Street.
put my camera on. I'll make it fair. I really don't know. I feel like I'm in the hot seat.
Of course.
Jesus. Why don't you pick? Because I'm
I like Ryan because we have, you know, he's stable. You know, we got the Black Swans discussed. He's done a few, so he can give us good feedback. Ryan, are you still up for helping us out here?
Yeah, sure. Again, am I the barista again?
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
she changed jobs.
Now, what a tough day, Ryan.
All this coffee, man. I'm getting quite fatigued. Okay.
Well, if you're fatigued, pass the puck.
No. That's probably a good thing for whoever's negotiating with me.
Oh,
'cause,
okay.
like you said.
Alrighty, Marka. No pressure. If you got those butterflies, that's what we're here to train for, is how to manage those to work in your favor so you can get more.
For sure.
Whenever you're ready to approach the counter.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm not too bad, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well today. I see it's busy in here. You guys are doing well today.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a rush, but starting to quieten down.
Yeah.
You
Can
need
I go?
coffee?
Yeah, hot cup of coffee, please. If you wouldn't mind throwing in some coconut milk there, that would be great.
Coconut milk. Do you want some chocolate sprinkles?
Nah, that'll be all.
Just that.
Yeah, how much do I owe you?
So that'll be £2.50.
Mate, you're gonna hate me. I know it's your busy day, but I've gone and left my wallet at home.
Oh no. Dearie me.
Yeah, I know you're busy, and yeah, it's got a 5-car pileup behind me. You trying to pour coffee, and some guy like me, bald hair, looking like 3 thumbs, walks in and starts asking you for a free cup of coffee. I'm really sorry.
No, I mean it happens. It's unfortunate though. Do you live far away?
No, I actually live 3 towns over, mate. I'm coming in here to grab a cup of coffee and run off to an appointment in about 30 minutes time.
Oh, I see. Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah. So I mean, we've got a bit of a queue in here.
Yeah, I know. I hate to do this to you. I really do. I'm so sorry about this.
Yeah.
Would it be rude of me, or would it be out of the world, or out of the realm of reality, to ask if I could grab a coffee to go, and sometime later this week I'll come back and buy 2 coffees from you?
I mean, the till's going to be down. I'm not sure that's the best idea. Yeah, it's a bit busy, I'm afraid. Sorry. Yeah, I don't see how that's going to be possible. I'm sorry.
Oh, what kind of deal could we come to? Yeah, mate. I know it's a hassle. I got the coffee right. Yeah, you know, I got that appointment in 30 minutes. What kind of deal could we come to?
Yeah, I really hate to say this, but there's a bit of a queue building up behind you. You know, if there's any way you can get something, and then I just need to get through the queue. I'm sorry.
Seems like you're powerless to do anything.
You could say that. Yeah, it's my hands are a bit tied. You know, we need the money. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
It sounds like there's some financial issues going on in this business.
Well, you gotta have the money to pay for the drinks, right? To pay for the salaries. Yeah,
Absolutely. Why don't you take a gamble? I grab the coffee. I've got mates in this town. I'll come back and buy 3 coffees on Friday. How does that sound?
I'm really sorry. I feel like an awful person, but I just can't do it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, do you want your competitor to get the money? I mean, Joe's Coffee down the way. I'd hate to spend the money there.
Look, I mean, I'm really sorry. Good luck with your interview. You know, if you want to come back another time, please, we would love to have you in here. But I just, you know, you have to understand from my perspective, we can't just be giving out coffees. You know,
That's
I'm sorry.
unfortunate. And that's the point where I speak to the bloke behind me and ask him for $2.
Go ahead, Douglas. You want to? He's the guy behind you. You're behind him.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I hate to do this to you, but I'm holding the line up. I'm sure you have.
What's going on, man?
I'm sure you have important meetings to get to today and probably
Yeah,
work
about to
and
close
whatnot.
a big deal here in a little bit. What's going on?
You wouldn't be able to spot me $2.50 for this coffee. I've gone and left my
wallet. Bro. Yeah, been there, done that. Here you go.
Jesus, thank you very much. You're a lifesaver.
You bet, man. Coffee is life.
Coffee is life, 100%. Back to Ryan.
Okay, yeah, I'm so sorry. You must understand though. I can't just be giving out free coffees. You know.
Nah, of course not. Of course not. Guy like me walks in, makes a request like that. I'm sure you hear it every day.
No, look, it's no problem. Like, you got the money. So that was a coffee with the coconut milk.
Yeah, mate. $2.50.
$2.50. Cool. Okay.
Thanks very much. No hard feelings. I'll probably see you around later this week.
See you around. We'd love to have you back. As I say, please don't take it personally. We're business.
Not personal, but just business. I'll see you on Friday. Cheers.
All right. Have a good day. Bye.
All right, Mark. While you're still fresh, what were you feeling throughout?
Roadblocks. Hitting these roadblocks and hurdles and trying to get over them and trying to find the next point in this decision tree of which angle I could take. It's a high pressure situation because I can't exactly start being endearing to him. I've also got a meeting in 30 minutes that I got to run to, so I can't sit there. I can't wait for the line to clear out. So in that so-called trench, shall we say, I'm trying to work out within the next 2 to 3 minutes, how can I maneuver Ryan to a position where he is amenable to a cup of coffee? And if he's not the person, if he's under the constraint of his manager or whatever liquidity situations that coffee shop's going through, I'll just I'll just look behind me.
Man,
speak to
yeah.
the person.
I'm going to ask Douglas, Mark, your tone is so dang good.
That's right.
Douglas, was this tone just talking out wealth? You were like, man, 250 for this guy? What? Yeah.
This guy could make a living as a radio DJ or something,
or salesperson or
seriously,
something. Yeah, no, he's got a really good tone. You really used the tools good and oriented questions.
Yeah.
Thank you,
some
gentlemen.
heavy
Thank
ones
you.
there.
I appreciate it. I've
awesome tone.
You can tell I've tried to do this a few times.
Hey, you've been having success out there?
Well, speaking to a point that was brought up earlier about not asking directly for what you want, but when you have time, I drove through grabbing coffee at a drive-through once, and there was a cup full of donut holes that were just sitting there. And so the kid behind the window, I said to him, "So what are those?" "Donut holes." All right. As I'm paying him, I'm saying, "Who are they for?" And he's going, "No, they just sit here. They were for someone and they didn't pick them up." So I said, "What are you going to do with them?" And, but you ask in an inquisitory tone, like, I'm curious about these things. What are they? So he's got a car behind me. He sees I'm curious. And eventually I say, "Are they yours?" And he goes, "No." He goes, and then politely, that slow, what would you say, erosion and immediate rapport building in that moment, because it's very difficult to build up rapport over 2 to 5 minutes. So in that 90 seconds I had with him, he eventually just said, "Well, do you want them?" And so I said, "Yeah, sure." I'd take him.
I could tell Ryan, and Ryan, to you, I felt towards the end you were wanting to give him stuff. You were feeling pretty bad.
Yeah, I was feeling good because he had, you know, the voice and everything, and he was a really likable guy. He was never kind of disagreeable. And so, yeah, I really wanted to, you know, have him back as a repeat customer. And yeah, I felt bad that I'd said no. I guess maybe the ask felt like it was a little bit too quick.
Mm. Yeah, Mark, you know, just well, we're gonna go around and just consensus feedback. Chantel, what are your 2 big takeaways? Anything observed?
So I think I saw myself reflected in the first time I went with the ask really early on without the rapport being built. Because when I went, I had that same feeling of time constraint. And yeah, and it was just seeing, like, I was putting myself in Ryan's shoes, and there's also a gender dynamic too that I'm aware of, right? And so putting myself in Ryan's shoes, I was really feeling the lack of rapport and how much good rapport completely changes the dynamic. So that was neat to see what that quick ask looks like just from the other perspective when I'm not the one asking. And then at the end, Marka, I would say the thing that caught me was when you asked about the financial situation of the coffee shop. In my head, my first response was like, yeah, go to Joe's, spend your money there. You're not spending money here anyway. Like, right? That sense of you're asking me for free coffee and then you're threatening to go elsewhere. My thought was like, well, take your free coffee over there, then go ahead.
That's a good point.
But your tone is like butter, right? It smooths so much over because you're just like, and you're calm. Like you brought this real sense of just, you're not in a hurry, you're in a hurry, but you're not in a hurry, and you're nice and calm. And it's like, you're not disagreeable, you're very amenable. There's that, I don't know if warmth is quite the right word, but there's that like smooth sort of ness that, and I don't know if it's just me being a skeptical person, can veer into, oh, he's almost a little too smooth because there's no rapport. But you throw in that rapport, and then I think you see how that changes everything. It's
Dynamite.
it's the smoothness without the rapport was a little it keeps me just like my spidey senses up.
Yeah, that's the biggest augmentation you can put in your game, Mark, is that report. And in 1 hour, we're going to be with Douglas here on report for the win. Douglas, you're next. Any feedback here?
Yeah, I think I kind of sense Marco was actually just testing a time constraint problem, and really, you know, if I just go straight time constraint, how can I do? And I think that just a little bit more rapport, he might have got there, possibly. Because I feel like again, and I love the humor in the AA. The humor in the AA was very disarming. About looking like what 3 thumbs, I think, in your accusation audit. That was that right there. If you had just a little bit more with that, you might have gotten there, because I thought that was the AA was incredible on top of the tone. So I think that again, awesome baseline to work from, and the future is bright in Marco's world, because he's got a lot going for himself on that.
Yeah, just got to do that report. Actually, I want to say, I feel like Ryan was trying to build more rapport than Marco was. I mean, we learned more about Mark in this situation. He's got an appointment in 30 minutes. He forgot his wallet. We didn't learn anything from Ryan. We didn't, other than he's powerless, other than he doesn't know anything about the financial situation. Oh, we also learned that Marco has friends that he can bring by. So if anything, Mark, I'd work on building rapport and try to keep more beans to yourself. If anything, just give out minimum beans. I think they'll help you put the focus more on learning more about the counterpart.
I did find the loss aversion playbook was
Oh, I
interesting
felt
there,
it.
and
Yeah, I felt
it didn't fly, and I think maybe that might be a function of rapport. Maybe loss aversion without rapport might just be counterproductive even. So and it's interesting. I don't know, because that was an interesting dynamic, and I'm not sure I know the answer to that.
No, I felt like loss aversion was there. I don't know why I felt like telling Ryan, give the guy a bagel at least, like you owe him something. I don't know why. I don't know why. Eugene, any feedback from this mock?
Yeah, that was very interesting because Mark had done a lot of right things. I
Yeah.
mean, you probed and you understood, you actually offered him 2 or 3 coffees in return and 2 or 3 repeat customers. He wouldn't be budging. Like, he would not give you coffee. So there was no chances I could see that you could have gotten coffee given the constraints that you put yourself in.
Yeah,
And
solutions.
what actually happened when you stop getting your way, you become kind of judgmental. You start judging him. There was this notes of kind of, sort of revolted or appalled behavior. Like you almost like disgusted by his behavior. Like, I'm not at like at the big level, but there are certain notes that I picked up, at least from my perspective. It's like, yeah, here is 250. Yeah, eat that. Like, there was contempt there. So it's absolutely fine. Just be aware that those kind of situations you might encounter in day-to-day life too, where you might be overreacting to certain things, because the constraints and time limits that you put yourself in here. For example, you said 30 minutes, you got to run to appointment. So you put a pressure on yourself, and that's how your pressure comes out there. So just be well aware of this kind of behavior. So because the more aware you become about this, the more you can actually change in the moment. So that will be from my side, I suppose.
Yeah, he did 60 seconds or she dies the other way. 30 minutes or I don't get caffeine. Okay, that's a personal problem. Yeah, Mark, I mean, he made a great point. Is that's the next level, is you're trying to solve problems. Instead, your focus should be on getting the counterpart to solve your problems. And the best way is don't even ask, have them volunteer a solution. And if they're not, then yeah, do the big ask. Eli, any feedback? As the observer?
Sorry, go on.
Okay,
Go on.
Costa, any feedback?
Yes, I was feeling that Mark, I was feeling like I was pushing from up to down. I think best is this way, from the same level. And I thought you were pushing like you are up and down, like demanding, like you demand something. That's what I felt. It's not exactly how
Oh, I know what you mean. Like he was not elevating his counterpart. Like when Chantel, she was telling Ryan, man, Ryan, yeah, you're a busy day. Your manager, he's all up on your case. You're this and that. No, it's a good observation, Costa. Yeah, he's got to elevate the counterpart, make him feel special. You got any other observations, Costa?
No,
That's a good one. And Ryan, can you give any feedback to Mark? You've been approached all day for free coffee.
The loss aversion might have worked with someone else, but I'm one of those people who, like, when I've said no, and then the loss aversion comes in, I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm as assertive as my primary type, but I'm kind of like, I've said no, so I'm going to kind of like stick to my guns here. So yeah, I think that you just went for the ask a little bit too quickly, but I loved your voice. I kind of like felt bad for you, and yeah, I thought the tone and everything was just really great, and yeah, you did a good job in that respect for sure.
And Aliman, any feedback?
Right. So from what I can imagine that this scenario would happen most often than not when you ask for free coffee, go to the local coffee shop and ask for free coffee. However, maybe something like Marka can do to consider is to create the connection, focus on the empathy, and offer something first to your counterpart. And you did make the offer, but it wasn't
what he wanted.
It wasn't attractive enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't attractive. Make the offer more attractive. For example, say you can bring him 10 customers or 100 customers. That will seduce him more. So if he agrees to your offer, then go for the ask, or just buy me a coffee.
I don't know. It sounds like lying. Sounds like empty promises.
Yeah. No. But
So it makes it
I'm
tough.
saying,
The only thing you can give the counterpart really is your ear. Is an opportunity to be kind of like a little therapist and figure out what drives him, and show him himself like a reflection. Hey, I see you. Hey, I got this situation here. Since you're XYZ, what do you think of this? Oh man, that's nothing. Here, solve it with XYZ. Hey, I got another problem. Dying for coffee. Oh man, I know how to solve that. Here, take this cup of coffee. You hungry? Kind of like what he did with Chantel. You hungry? Did you eat? No, I haven't. Here's a sandwich. Boom. Yeah, Ryan isn't assertive. Once he decides how he's going to solve the problem, he follows through and solves it. Once he says no, that's it. That's why it's very for me, I'm gonna be dealing with a lot of assertives. I got to make sure they come up with the solutions and see if it'll work with me. Jonathan, any feedback from that?
Yeah, I like how he kept his composure.
Yeah.
And if it was real life, I mean, you got the free coffee.
Yeah.
Maybe not Ryan, but you got the free coffee. But the exercise is rapport based. So besides what everybody has told you already, I liked how you kept your composure. You were, it was only 250, and that would have triggered me. Like 250, really, Ryan? Your business is gonna go broke for $2.50. That would have been to me like, Ryan's just an asshole. But you kept your composure, and I like that. I like that you were friendly in the end. You were like, I'll be back. I hope to see you again. It's all good. See,
Yeah, Ryan gave some good resistance. He was giving good
because
resistance.
250. Come on, we gotta sell some copies because business is the money for $2.
I gotta make some money here. Come on.
Yeah, man, he said giving it away all day.
Give me a break, man.
Yeah, by the way, Ryan, he offered you 2 friends here. Like there was so much distrust that you couldn't take the offer, or what was the reason behind saying no?
I think because I'm the type of person who, once I've said no, it's like, oh, that's it. I think maybe if a bit more of the rapport was there and stuff, and he'd made more effort to kind of ask about my day and how I was and my feelings and stuff, then maybe it would have been different.
Ryan, did it feel almost like a threat?
A little bit. Yeah.
Lauren, you got any feedback?
I'm with Brian at this. I mean, was just a fictive price. But Douglas, what if the guy in front of you would ask for, I don't know, £12.50? Would you pay for him?
Probably not. It was just a small cup of coffee for me. Is like, hey, I need to get my coffee. Let's move this. Let's go. My impatience is not my friend in that case. So.
Okay. So after all, Marco, yeah, if I'm not wrong, he find a way to solve it. In the same time, I'm with Ryan at this. I mean, it's not about the price; it's about the act itself. So it can be £1, can be 1 penny, can be £50 for, I don't know, half a coffee or whatever. right? As long as you don't have any reasons, why Ryan would give you the coffee? Why?
Why not give a coffee?
For promises is
That's
what?
what I'm saying. There seems to be a level of distrust, really, really strong level of distrust and apprehension. So like if Ryan constantly get bombarded by free coffee, but how often does it happen in real world? Really, like, does it happen often? Does people get free coffee? I'm not sure. Like maybe I live in the other side of the world. No one ever gets free coffee here.
I
It's
guess
just
maybe
something-
if you made me feel good, you know, I feel good. Here's free coffee. You know, if you're nice, that's part of the way. But do you know what I mean? That on its own is not enough for me to give you the coffee.
Any other feedback, Lauren?
Yeah, lovely tone, Marco. I mean, that's half the job done, if you ask me. With that very assertive, you pursue the guy to give you whatever you like. From my point of view, if you add more tactical empathy, can we use that? Or some kind of report, probably would be more easier to get whatever you want after all, or even more.
Appreciate that. Appreciate all the feedback. I had one question is, you know, in a situation like that where you don't have as much time, you probably max, you've got maybe 200 or 300 seconds. You got 3.5 minutes probably until you're starting to agitate the rest of the clientele and the customers as well as the barista. So
Use that for yourself. I mean, it's not just you under pressure. Ryan was under pressure as well. I mean, you stopped him from selling coffees. So, mate, if you want me to leave, just give me the fucking coffee. Okay, wrapped in a different way, but
yeah.
I mean, you have an advantage here as well. It's not just him.
Yeah, I thought by pointing that out, it would make more of a difference. And then asking him, what kind of deal could we come to? I thought maybe he'd be amenable to just saying, you know what, it's a busy day. Just grab the coffee and go. I'm sure you'll come back at some point or not. But it's $2.50, and I've got 5 or 6 people behind you that are equally as impatient on a weekday.
Yeah, that's why it's important to prepare. We discussed this before. Prepare for your negotiations. In this case, yeah, you should have negotiated with yourself prior. Yeah, you gave yourself terrible constraints. If there's a long line, I got 30 minutes. Yeah, I would have been like, all right, that's going to be a constraint messing with me. How do I eliminate the time constraint? All right, hey, is this a bad time? There's no people here. Perfect. I got 5 to 10 minutes. I can do a lot of damage in 5 to 10 minutes. So that's the first thing you should work towards, is carving out 5 to 10 minutes with your counterpart. Once you got that time carved out, start, with the mirrors, minimal encouragers, get them talking, get them spilling some beans, and then start collecting those beans and weaponize it. Get them working for you. Yeah, you
And
should.
Mark,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to add, I have been testing this one out in the customer service. I'm in a queue at a DMV. I'm in a queue at the store, and really the question of what's the best thing that happened to you today? Seriously, a small question like that, even though you're on a time constraint, can really carry a lot of freight quickly. So even just a quick question on the top end might make a difference too. It seems like I've been testing that one out a lot, and it's a winner. Just as a suggestion.
No, that's a stellar piece of advice. Something I actually say when I'm checking out at places. I'll say, so what's the highlight of your day been?
Awesome stuff. Yeah.
Then Christian Camp, any feedback? Or I think he's just all right, guys. in 30 minutes.
Sorry that it took a while to unmute. My
Oh
bad.
yeah, please.
Currently driving to work.
What you think? What you hear?
My overall sentiment,
He went into a tunnel.
past the fact that there's a lot of customers involved. I did not want the guy coming back, even if it would be more business. Like just thinking about how he could treat everybody in the store, the extra stress. Like it felt off from the get-go. Like there wasn't this smooth transition from, you know, social norms to economic norms. I'm used to being I was a waiter. I know the social norms dynamic very well. I'm used to people, but that overall, it looked like it worked by the end of it, but it was, you guys gave some really good feedback. I can't fill in anything else other than just, you know, what emotions I went listening to that.
Hey, your voice sounds familiar. Are you on Discord or Reddit negotiators?
The Discord one, remember we did the coffee.
Yeah.
and
Oh, I
you,
did the coffee
you
with
were the punk.
Christian. Yeah,
the
Christian
punk.
did great. Yeah, tell us about that, Christian.
About this
Well, about
one
the
or the
coffee
punk
shop.
one?
Yeah, anything you noticed from the one we did and with this one? Any aha moments?
This one was, I can relate to the high pressure. I can relate to the fact that you've got to get in quick. Rapport building, you can do that within 30 seconds. It's a thing that you can train into yourself. You know, when you've got 20 people in a movie theater, because I was a waiter at a movie tavern, just a little bit more context, you've only got 30 seconds throughout the whole interaction to actually rapport build. So you can do that. You just, the main thing that threw off my own emotions was it almost felt like, especially when you said, what can we do to make a deal? I sleazy guy with the jacket and the watches, want to make a deal kind of thing. But it's like, just especially when it comes to baristas and people who aren't in the financial sector, treating it as if you're mostly going for social norms, social reciprocity, giving gifts and objects, not money, not like deals, but maybe even, although there is the opportunity for moments like, hey, I believe in trade and whatnot, or just asking for, would it be worth it? Like, I know the cup of coffee costs you guys like 20 cents. Would a Google review be worth more than that to you? Kind of build it in their head. Because all I could hear the whole time was, no guarantees, no nothing. I'm not getting anything out of this. This guy just wants and I was thinking about the customers behind all of that. But you did all right. Sorry if the feedback's just coming quick. I'm driving, so I'm trying to speak and drive at the same time.
Well,
is there any flaws in my logic?
Marco, you got a response to that trashing?
Well, as somebody who has worked in the restaurant industry, something that does rub managers up the wrong way is if you said something exactly what Christian just said. Sorry, Christian, if you said something along the lines of, well, a cup of coffee is minimal. The markup is 300%. So what's a Yelp review worth for you? My initial reaction is don't count my dollars and cents. You don't know what my books look like.
Okay.
On top of that, like I said, I don't play life on easy mode. I like it difficult. So trying to build up rapport, you got 6 people behind you, a combination of women who have just come from yoga and businessmen trying to get to
All right. Ryan, there's no line. Let's just get this over with, and then we can all enjoy our weekend. Marka, please approach the counter. It's empty on us. The rush is gone. It's Saturday. It's noon. It's empty as a desert. Let's see if you
There's-
can see if you can get that
Like
report
a
going.
desert.
All right, Ryan, he's gonna butter you up like a biscuit. Better get ready for it.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm not too bad, thanks. How are you?
Good, man. How's your weekend been treating you?
Yeah, it's been good. Nice and sunny. Nice sunny weather. Yeah, I wish I could spend more time out in it, but there you go.
Sounds like you're an outdoorsman.
Yeah, I'm an outdoors guy. Yeah, hate being stuck in here sometimes, but you know, got to pay the bills.
Pay the bills. We all got to do that at some point, you know. It's one of these definitive things about life. But what do you like to do outdoors?
I like to garden. Yeah, for sure. I've got an allotment where grow food and stuff. So yeah, that's my favorite outdoorsy thing.
Ah, and if you don't mind me asking, for what purpose?
I like to grow vegetables and stuff. It's kind of practical. I've just kind of started growing flowers and stuff as well this year. Just trying to experiment, making it a bit more pretty, you know. But yeah, sorry. What can I get you?
Just a cup of coffee for now. But I want to, sorry, if you don't mind me going back to that, what got you into the gardening?
I got the allotment just before lockdown started. And it was kind of perfect timing because we went into lockdown and you couldn't do anything. You know, the early lockdown days, you just couldn't do anything. And this was one of the few things that you were allowed to do. So it kind of came to me at the best time. And yeah, it really just gave me something to do during coronavirus. Yeah, it got me through it. So yeah,
It sounds like you as an outdoorsman found a way to fill that gap.
yeah, it just, I mean, the right thing came along at the right time, I suppose. Yeah.
And what edibles are you growing?
So at the moment, I've got some beetroot started off. Gonna get some cucumbers. Got some broccoli. Yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe do some peas. Peas are good.
This is a fascinating world to me because this is not a world that I've entered into, horticulture. So I've always been curious, how do you preserve the fruit and vegetables?
Okay, so the beetroot, for example, I cook up way more than I grow way more than I'm actually going to use, and I ferment it. And what you do with fermenting, you just kind of, it's been a while. I'm a bit rusty, but you just kind of get a saltwater solution, and you put the beetroot in that saltwater solution in like a special glass jar, and it ferments away, and it can keep for I think a year or two, and it gets more flavor the more it ferments. So it's great as like a present and stuff. Is that something you're thinking of starting?
Yeah, I've been fascinated about it. There's a few things I'd like to try. You know, I unfortunately just don't have much of a green thumb. I've made an attempt in the past several times. So something that I had a friend do, and you know, let me know if this is something you do, but he pickles some fruit. Is this something that you do?
I haven't actually tried that yet. I have wondered about it, but I've only done the fermentation so far, only because I heard that fermentation produces like good gut bacteria or something weird like that, and it was good for you in that respect, which I don't think you get with pickling. But it's certainly something that I would, you know, it's another way of storing it, isn't it? So yeah, it's something I might try.
Yeah, that's always been something that I've been curious about, is the storage of these fruits and vegetables once you pick them. But
because you get such a kind of short time to grow things. You know, you've got the spring and the summer when you might get vegetables, and then you've got all of the autumn and winter where you might just, you know, there's a lot less things that you can have. I mean, okay, you've got like leeks and stuff where you can't, you know, you can overwinter those, but you can't do that with a lot of the veg. So you have to store it, otherwise it's just, you know,
goes
you've
to
got loads in
waste.
the summer, and yeah, it's just wasted. That's right.
Am I wrong to assume that you possibly give some of this away to friends and neighbors?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, it's a great present as well because it doesn't cost you anything, but you put your labor of love into growing it and stuff, and then yeah, you give it away as a gift, and it hasn't cost you a lot monetarily. Okay, I've put my love into growing this stuff, but you know, they appreciate it, and yeah, I think it's just a more thoughtful present to give someone, you know, than just, you know, buying them a shower gift set, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, on the one hand, you've got a gift card from ABC store, or on the other hand, we've got, sorry, what was your name again?
It's Ryan, sorry. What's yours?
Ryan, I'm Marco. It's nice to
Marco,
meet you.
nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
I have a pickled jar of anything and everything from Ryan, or I have a gift card. I mean, what would you
Yeah.
rather have? I want the gift from Ryan.
Yeah, it's more thought, and as well, I mean, I had a gift card the other day, and I was like, yes, because I found this gift card. It was in a card that I was meant to give to a friend, and I found it, and I was like, oh crap! And I opened the gift card, and it was and I was like, yes, because the friend had deleted me off Facebook, so I was like, oh damn it, you know, I've lost a friend, but yes, I get to keep the gift card. The company that supplied the gift card had gone bust. So do you know what I mean? I've just lost £20 to send to a friend who's no longer a friend. And do you know what I mean? You wouldn't get that from cash. So yeah, gift cards are just pointless, aren't they? But sorry, I'm rambling.
It's almost as if the gift that didn't end up working out made you feel worse off.
The gift not working out. Yeah, I mean,
you get a gift card. The company is no longer in business. It's not a going concern. It's a friend that used to be a friend, and yeah, you are sitting with a piece of plastic that has no value.
It had no thought behind it in the first place, and now it's worth nothing. Do you know what I mean? Hit twice there. You know, if it had been anything else, I'd have been okay. But these gift cards are I think they're just pointless and they're thoughtless. And I hate gift cards personally. So yeah.
Well, one without getting too biblical, one always has to wonder what is the price and the benefit of reciprocity.
Yeah, it's about thoughtfulness, isn't it? Really, you know, if you can spend all the money in the world getting someone a really flash present, but if they don't want it, then it's wasted money. Whereas if you put a bit of time and thoughtfulness into a present, you know, that can really mean something, can't it?
Absolutely. I mean,
sorry, I'm glad we're gone at this point.
Yeah.
You must be thirsty. You wanna drink?
Yeah, a cup of coffee. Would be great. Yeah.
Latte,
How
cappuccino.
about a cup of coffee with some cream? Keep it simple. I'm a simple type of guy. Yeah.
Cool.
But is it gonna come with that Ryan love?
Go on, I'll give you the Ryan discount this time. Go on.
The Ryan discount?
On the house. First coffee here. First coffee here.
Ryan, mate, this made my day. Thank you very much. I will be telling everybody in town that Ryan's the sheriff of this year establishment.
The sheriff.
to use a Western term, it's something I like. But I appreciate the conversation. I'm going to put a lot of thought and consideration into starting my own garden, just getting something small started off, like maybe a few chilies growing.
Yeah, start small and kind of build from there. You know, you can make it as big or as small as you want, really, can't you?
You know, something I've always thought about is growing my own wheat, milling the wheat, and then
I'm sorry, I thought you said weed for a second there.
No, I have friends that do that though.
Yeah.
But that seems more of a speciality. What I will say is the growing wheat, milling the wheat, because I have a bit of a gluten sensitivity, and making my own bread and pastries.
Yeah.
I mean, how would that compare to just regular store-bought stuff?
Making your own wheat, oh, that's a bit advanced for what I do. I'm not that kind of advanced, unfortunately. But I'm sure I can ask my friends if you like, and get back to you on that one.
Yeah, man, that'd be great. Maybe we could connect over Facebook. It sounds like growing wheat is just too challenging.
It might not be, but I think it's processing the wheat. I wouldn't know what to do from there, because I think do you need a mill or something? I'm completely ignorant, you know. It's not something that I've really explored, but to me it seems more advanced kind of agriculture rather than just, you know, I'm just an allotment gardener. I just stick seeds in the ground and grow stuff, you know. I don't kind of really produce. So yeah, you
could, yeah, man. I mean, all this talk about wheat, I'm starting to think about these. I'm starting to think about these beautiful gluten-free donuts you have here.
Oh yeah, they are delicious actually. Yeah. Do you want one?
If it comes with that Ryan discount. I hate to be so imposing.
No, it's
all right. Let's do a time, because Mark is gonna walk out with the whole store. And then we got to get ready for Douglas. Man, Marco, real quick, what was the difference? You feel the difference?
Relaxed. I had the time. I had all the time in the world.
Cool. And Christian, what did you think of that one? Was that better?
Yeah, you know, I apologize for earlier because I was more so coming in feeling like I had to give something a little bit harsher because the whole.
No, we're glad you did.
It felt like I wasn't like there's some like I felt the need for constructive criticism because there were parts that weren't being addressed.
Of course.
But it's kind of I know I can come off as an asshole sometimes, but I get used. It's me. Sometimes I put the asshole out there. I mean, it's a pretty asshole, but it's kind of a pain sometimes. But yeah, no, when you've got plenty of time, that's good. Compliment from earlier though is that your story about the whole donut holes thing.
Yeah, that's genius.
Yeah, that was good right there.
Yeah, Mark, big kudos for stepping back up to the plate, and man, you swung and hit a homer. You hit a home run there.
Appreciate that.
Can get some quick feedback from Douglas, the report guy, and
no, I was impressed at how quickly, and it just goes to show Marco does have mad skills at his disposal. When giving himself a little bit of time there, he was able to really go with the flow. I was a little concerned he was doing the question machine gun, which I've been accused of doing. When my pace is really fast and I ask questions fast, it can be like felt like a woodpecker. But I think you started to slow down a little bit, and then it started to really catch, and then it was really natural. And that was the only concern I had a little bit, but I think you did fine and really got your sea legs. And once you got in the groove, it really went well. And again, it just shows so many great resources at your disposal there, Mark. It's really well done.
Yeah, you got a good base. Chantel, any differences in this one?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, it's loud in the background here. It was great. The rapport made a huge difference. You're again that calm, the tone, the pacing. You could see Ryan was like a different person in that one, right? Yeah. My 5-year-old is chiming in the background on my comments. Different person in response because, right, he felt like you were invested in him as a person versus this was a transaction and let's make a deal and I'm really not bringing anything to the table now, but I'm promising you something in the future. And you could just see that, like, it's a whole different world.
Yeah,
happening.
Ryan offered the coffee. It was great. Eugene, any feedback, any takeaways?
I mean, Marco done a fantastic job. So you gave him a lot of attention. This time you put all your attention on him and his world. And you got joy exploring his world. So it was a genuine connection. Like it was, you created a collaboration in that moment and you explored those ideas and potential ways for you to become maybe friends, right? So that's what you were building towards to, and the rest was just like additional thing. Like, okay, don't worry about coffee. Let's talk about this first, right? I'm curious about you, and that made Ryan respected, listened to, accepted, right? He was basking in your attention, So that's what made all the difference. Now he offered you coffee because it felt natural. He said to you, like, you must be thirsty. We're talking a lot here, right?
That's good.
So now the human reciprocity started to kick in. Couple of genius way, the way you talk about reciprocity and planted these ideas in his mind a few times. That chuckled me up, and I saw Douglas was smiling too. So that was great. I mean, it landed almost perfectly. Like I could see that it's a kind of a tactic or a tool that you use in that moment, or so it seemed, right? But that was genius, nevertheless. A normal person would never identify probably bits and pieces of it. So let me ask you this, like, Mark, and like you explored today two different states of mind: negotiating under stress and negotiating under openness, right? Just being open to explore. Like, how often do you find yourself in those spaces? Like, if you were to put ratio, for example.
Oh, it's to be cliched, I'd probably say 80-20. 80% of the time you have a lot of time, for instance, salary negotiations or anything, or property negotiations. But I'd probably say a very small percentage of the time, less than 20%, you are. Positions like that are positions where you are actually deliberately putting yourself under the line of fire.
Yeah. And at the same time, Mark, it looks like the things are going fairly well for you. Like, is there anything you would change about what you're doing if you could?
For me, I'd probably say just be more. That's why I try and focus on voice and tone and cadence and smile more, because it seems to soften the demeanor of a larger appearance. Also just tone is a big one. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been practicing that?
Probably say 2 years now.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah. 2 years, just gentle negotiations, putting more time and investment in other people. And then also 3 points, putting time and investment into other people, listening, active listening, like Cole Rogers type of active listening, where you're not trying to formulate an argument in your head, you're actually deliberately listening to them. And the third,
and so Marco, just state something important. A couple of people commented on your voice. What is it that you're doing to practice your voice?
Lots and lots of conversations. Just I mean, there's only one way to get better at it, at a conversation, which is what negotiation is to practice. So when you are at the checkout counter, even if you aren't negotiating anything, just ask the young lady or the young gentleman, how's your day going, and see where you can spark you're trying to spark a reaction. Some people are just, very, very few people are just dead, but some people will bite, and you're trying to see where those bites take you.
There you go.
All right, Eli, you got anything?
Yeah, practice makes perfect. Great. Awesome.
Costa?
Yes, very, very good. And a lot of difference from before. Just one little remark. I don't know. In the beginning, you were very you very fast to answer. Very fast. The time to answer was very, very close. I thought a bit. So the other one, be very sure that you heard him. You say 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand me? Maybe if you see the video, you understand. Especially the beginning, you do it. Then it was not so much.
I think when he got into the report zone, he started gliding. He's like, all right, I'm in here. Chill. Good. Ryan, any feedback?
Yeah, I just thought the quality of the kind of open questions that I was getting was amazing. He asked me kind of what got me into gardening, and it opened up this whole, thing about the past. And yeah, it was really good. I thought there was another question as well, and I can't remember what it was, but it was fantastic. I think it was something that kind of kicked off the reciprocity, but yeah, really good.
It was about the gift card.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you got you into the mental state of gifting. It's great. It's genius. Florin, any feedback? We wrap this-
Massive difference
Yeah.
between the first one and this one. I had different paths in my mind while they were doing the conversation, but still everything was very well done by Marco. And I was about to ask Ryan how that feels, but he just answered. Beside this, I don't know. Even first time and this one, I had the feeling that was something like a trap, more at the first time than now when the coffee was offered. But the first time was, okay, make me the coffee with that and that and that and that, and then telling you I don't have the money. Was kind of similar here. What if he was asking, yeah, man, you're nice, I'll make you a discount, an employee, but discount 50%, that's, I don't know, 150. What would you say?
I'd say, oh, Ryan, I'm sure you can do better than that.
Yeah, I had a similar one where my counterpart, $3,000 tab, it's like $500, and I'm like, how many of those books could I buy? The book he mentioned, because probably 20, 30. Then he just forgot about the 500. Yeah, with the report, it's so much easier to get more. Good job, everyone. Any final statements before we wrap this up? Going once.
I just want to say thanks for having me and for all your feedback and for all your patience. I felt like I learned a ton today.
We all get to learn together. It's a great thing. You're absolutely welcome. And Ryan, thank you so much. Getting beat up today.
Mention Doug
And
in 10 minutes.
yeah, and
10
see-
minutes,
we'll see
rapport
Doug in
for the
10
win.
minutes. Alrighty, guys.